That's fine. All right. Hi, everyone. Hello. Thanks for joining us for this session. So we're going to be talking about processing real-time supply chain events using Lambda architecture and Azure serverless solutions. Lots of words. But we're going to get to that in a bit. Quickly about us. So I'm Nimra, and this is Ramsey. And we work with the supply chain engineering team. So we are part of this core services engineering org, and within that, there's the supply chain engineering team. So what do? We basically build devices and applications. We actually build devices. So all the devices, Xbox, Kinect, HoloLens, Surface, anything you have, we build it, we ship it, we deliver it to you. And so we build basically the services, the software, the application which powers the Microsoft supply chain, right? And our goal is not just to keep the supply chain running. We aspire to make it world class. And in that journey, in that transformation we are having, we go back and we rethink again the solutions we have in place. We look at the way we have solved some problems in the past, and now with the new Azure offerings we have, every day there is something new out there, right? So it makes sense to go back and look at the way we have solved something in the past and how we can improve it. And with that, so what we have done today is we looked at something related to yields. And this is a problem in manufacturing space within supply chain. So what is manufacturing, right? When you think about manufacturing, it's this huge floor. There are a bunch of assembly lines, and then on that assembly line you have these test stations in between. So every day basically, right? This is how your day will start. You have this goal to build 100 devices today. So you start with certain materials. You start putting them together, that's assembling, then there is a test station, you test the assembly you have, you continue building, test again, so on, so forth. At the end of the line, you have your 100 devices out there. Now you set off to build 100, and you end with 100, with everything passing along the line, that is 100% yield. And that's a very good day. But that does not happen normally, right? So as you go through this process, at the test station, something might fail. And that's where an exception process starts. So, let's take an example of Surface. So for Surface, we have this process called bonding. So the screen which you have, it gets glued in a layman term to the back or the front of the Surface, you can say. So that process is very expensive. And say you just finished that process, you go to the next step, and you test it, and something went wrong. The test cases failed. That's when you go through an exception process, and now you have to undo what you just did. And that, super expensive. Most of the time, the parts, now they cannot be reused. So what's happening is you are losing a lot of money, repair cost. You are building your inventory of waste, and it's a lot of not good stuff. And we don't really want that. And that's where your yield is dropping. So one aspect, of course, is calculating the yield. But the other very important thing for us is to make sure the yield data lands with the right people at the right time so that corrective actions can be taken. And that's the problem which we have been having. And we had solutions in the past where we were providing these reports to the factory managers or line operators so that they look at the yield report and they can do something about it. But the reports had this lag of 2 to 4 hours. And in the factory world, right, 2 to 4 hours mean my shift has ended. So the harm has been caused. And now there is this next guy who comes for a shift, and you can provide that data, but you already have this tons of waste which has accumulated, right? So this is where we went ahead and did an interesting improvement. Yeah, so this is just a summary, basically. So yield, super important thing we care about. This is a formula. But then the opportunity we saw, where now we're going to provide real-time yield data to the factory operators. So the existing solution we had, right? So this is the factory. And you get all these operations and repair results. These are basically data around the test cases which we are running at each of the station in the assembly line, right? So we have been getting all this data. We have queues in between, functions, amazing serverless solution, compute. We are doing a lot of compute. And all of that basically through Event Grid lands. There is a stream analytics job. And we were writing it into a raw form into data lake. After this was done, now this is not that slow. This was good enough. But then, because we were writing it into this raw form into the lake, now we had this Hadoop job, which basically spins up and picks up all these raw files, converts them into processed files, feeds into a SQL data warehouse, and now Power BI sits on top of that. And this piece was just so slow. It took 2 to 4 hours to do the whole thing. So here is where we made a huge improvement. And this was more cold path-like of a solution. So what we did is okay, I'll let Ramsey talk about what we did. I was just going in the flow. So here, Ramsey's going to talk about the cool thing we did over here.
Thanks a lot, Nimra. Okay, so 2 to 4 hours, not acceptable. The value is in data. Data has a diminishing value over time. You can have the most beautiful reports in the world with all the click-throughs and splits or whatever you have. If it doesn't help you solve business problems, it's worthless. So we went from 2 to 4 hours. Now, and let me indicate one thing. So we're having real-time ingestion, so that's not the problem. That's all and good, and that's already in production. And we're doing the right things with it, but I think down here is where this is not for real-time. This is meant for something else. This is meant for analytical type of perspective, looking back, finding trends, trying to do an investigative type of work. But it's definitely not real-time. So when we started using the right technologies, as you know, Azure's got a lot of choices out there. And the important thing is to make the right choices. Using the right tools, you can do pretty much anything. They've made it really, really simple for us to be heroes, guys. How many developers are out there? I want to know. And how many people are trying to solve real-time data for their companies? Okay, so good news is things are going to get a lot easier, guys. We're now at a tipping point where the developer is so much more enabled than ever before. You're now enabled to go and create solutions super fast, get that deployed, and see the results really fast. But what's more important is that now you're able to do less work up front, focus on just the business value you're trying to create, which frees you up to talk to the customer. Because the most important thing is asking the customer, hey, what do you want to do with this data? Once we gave them really fast data, the first question was, what do you want to do with it? And that's when they were stumped. Because that's the first time they were getting real-time data. 2 to 4 hours to 2 to 5 seconds. You guys like that? So how do we do that? We use the right set of technologies. It's all about using the right set of technologies. Same fire hydrant. So what we were doing before is that we're using a fire hydrant to get all the data in real time, but we dumped it out in the lake. And they just sat there in the lake, and then somebody came along with a bucket, poured it out. But what we're doing now is that we're taking that fire hydrant and we're attaching a fire hose to that fire hydrant. That's exactly what's happening. And we're able to use the distributed compute power of Azure Functions to do real-time building of facts. Facts are nothing but business observations. And we can do these business observations, and it becomes super valuable because you're seeing as the data is leaving the factory, you're able to see this data in real time. To make adjustments in real time means I can save on my scrap, I can make the adjustments much quicker, and I can even automate some of these things. And we found a couple of gold nuggets. So I'll just call out these resources that we created. Of course, you have your ASB, you have your Azure Functions, you have your Cosmos DB, and it is lightning fast. Very fast to write and to read. And then the nice thing that we got out of the box with Cosmos DB is that you get these live events. Hey, you just inserted a document. Oh, that's an event. I can consume that in real time. And then this is the magic right here. This is the magic. This is distributed compute. And just to give you an idea, guys, we set this up relatively easy. A lot of these plug and play type of technologies work really simply together. All you have to do is play with the knobs, play with the configuration, and you're going to have data streaming in real time. We spent 85% of our time just in this logic. We spent all of our time basically here making sure that we're confident in the calculations. That should speak very loudly. Now you're free to focus just on that business logic problem you're trying to solve. Don't worry about the streaming. Don't worry about the messaging. It's all taken care for you. If anybody's interested, of course, you guys can come talk to me. We'll talk about your problems that you're trying to solve and see what you're doing now, and we can talk about how you can make things a lot simpler. So along the way, we found some gold nuggets. So storage. Key is storage and compute. We've been making a lot of great investments in Microsoft. It all starts out with our data centers. We have the latest versions of the next generation type of processors and hardware. So all those storage and compute services get to take advantage of that, what's happening in the data center. And then the incredible type of integrated experience, the pluggability between these services allows us to do a lot less work. So we had over 100 test cases here. We were able to be very confident about this. And the nice thing is now, this can become a very generic solution, guys. All it is a data contract coming in one end, and then we have an algorithm that we can plug and play right here. You set this up once, you can use it for pretty much anything. Make it generic. All right, so let's go to the next thing. All right, so that was...
My bad.
We want to go
That's
back
me.
just one?
Yeah, you were saying bunch of cool things, so I had to do this.
All right, so what you guys saw was the ingestion part. And I want to dig deeper into, you remember that calculator I showed you? So what you're seeing here is just kind of a breakdown. Look at all the things we're connecting to. I'm connecting to Cosmos DB twice, 2 collections. I'm getting master data from about 4 different sources. I'm pushing real-time failed operations into Event Grid. Anybody know Event Grid? It's awesome. You can do really high throughput events. Events is the next big thing. If you guys are not sure what that is, make sure you learn about that, okay? It should be an event-based type of system that you want to create because you want to react to things, you want to be able to make decisions on the fly based on events. Okay, so that's the complexity. And all this is happening in under half a second. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so that was the ingestion part. Now let's talk about now that I have the data in real time, what can I do with it? And that's the power of Azure Function Apps. It's got all these bindings. It's code out of the box. Don't have to write it. Don't waste your time. Look at Azure Functions and their bindings and all the stuff you get for free. Focus on your business problem. Okay, so I'm pushing it to Event Grid. So I'm saying that, hey, I calculated a fact. I've made a business observation, and I think that's an event for me. I'm pushing that out to another function app, and now I'm doing like a split thing. I'm forking. One of them I'm saying, oh, I've caught something, an anomaly. I'm going to send that to a bot. And the bot could be a bunch of users that care about that data, and the bot's going to say, hey, oh, yeah, by the way, I know that you manage that project, and the yield just dipped. You might want to take a look at it. And by the way, here's some information. You can take these links, and you can make some analysis. You can do some analysis. And this one's awesome, too. I like this one. So the one thing that we've learned is that we try to work with visualization engines. And, you know, the famous one is Power BI. You know, unfortunately, Power BI doesn't quite do real time. It does it for IoT. It'll do sensor data just fine, but it won't do these complicated data sets. So we turn to, you know, Stream SignalR. Just so many services, getting confused. So SignalR is designed for real-time UX. So that was one avenue. So this is a hot path right here. This is kind of the lambda part of the talk. This is where the hot path, and these they're getting generated as they come in. We're not putting them in any type of intermediate storage. It's as they come in. Here's the warm and cold path. So we wanted to leverage the existing Power BI reports. We didn't want to waste that work. So we said that from the function app, we'll push those data contracts into SQL. Again, there's nice connection there out of the box with function apps. And then the nice thing that we're going to do this exploration. We're pushing our facts into another Cosmos DB and putting Azure Search on top of that. And there's this preview feature in Azure Search called Cognitive Search. And that's where the fun begins. You get to start plugging in your cognitive skills to enrich your documents. So now you can build your machine learning type of algorithms on the historical data that you're getting in the cold path, and then you can use those algorithms to enrich your data in real time. All right. Okay, so some of the benefits that we got from this: lower costs, 1/4 of the cost from the previous one that you were seeing, and the effort again, all thanks to serverless and the new technologies from Azure and how they're so plug and play and easy to use. There was so much less time that we had to spend. We only spent most of the time on testing and making sure that our business logic was right and that our calculations were accurate. That's where the time went, and that's where your time should go. The rest of the time we were talking with our customers. We started learning a lot of things we didn't know. I stopped being an engineer in a way. I'm more like a solution developer. I'm an integrator, and you should also be an integrator, I think. All right, much faster. So typically the older solution was taking about 4 months or so. This took us about 3 weeks to do, and it was only 2 developers. One developer was 40% available, other one was 60% available. If we were full-time, we could have probably done it in 2 weeks. And the complexity was so low. Just piping the data through, getting it through the service bus, get it into Cosmos, super simple, very little code. I would say in total there's 400 lines of code. And then the best part, so once we were doing it in Hadoop, it was very hard to test. As a matter of fact, turns out we didn't have any tests. Don't tell anyone that. But then once we put it into C# and we put it into Functions app, now we've got testability, and that's gold. You want that. You want to be confident. You're delivering a solution. You want to make sure that it's doing the right thing. Okay, so I think we have just a quick demo. All right. So this is all real-time data. Every time you see that number bump up, it's a real operation coming in 3 seconds late, folks. This is happening in the factory, and these messages are landing here 3 seconds later. We can scale at any volume. We're just tip of the iceberg right now. And we're talking about, up to 2 million messages a day. You probably think that's not a big deal. For us, it is.
And we are not really building oranges and carrots. I mean, those we have just replaced for now.
I'm disguising the names of our products, otherwise I'll get in trouble. So, and look at this. This is real-time yield trend. So as we calculate yield, we're capturing the yield snapshots, and I'm putting it into an Azure table store. And now somebody looking at this in the factory says, "Oh, what happened?" Can you go up just a tiny bit? Mm-hmm. That blue one is what? Can you go up a bit? Yeah, what is that blue one? Ooh. Oh, what's happening with my orange line? Why did it dip all of a sudden? And you know what? It's not recovering. This is real time. Remember, before they had to wait 4 hours before they knew anything. Now they can take a look at this immediately. And what's nice about this is that we can detect this dip in yield ourselves in an automated way. We have all the raw data. We've created all the facts. We can easily package up all that data and have it ready for analysis so they can hit the ground running. Right now, if something happens 4 hours later, they got to go back into their obsolete tools, pull up the database, do the search, load it up into their analysis tools. We can do that now in the cloud for you. Okay, so let's scroll down. So again, this is failure by operation. These are coming in real time, failed by line, and so on and so forth. So that's a little look under the hood, guys. I hope that you have some hope now that you can do this too. It's really easy and it's super powerful. And I want you guys to become customer advocates, number one. Know your purpose. Your purpose is for solutions. Don't go just create frameworks, right? You want to solve business problems. That is your value. And that's the value of what Microsoft services can do. They can bring real value to your customers. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.